All right. Well, without further ado, tonight's prologue is brought to you by uh, Gatorade.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember Gatorade's. What was the thing? I
Is
remember.
is it? Is that what it is? Something like that from the '90s.
What was
That
it?
sounds correct. Is it in you?
But it sounds
Yeah,
really
there you go.
sexual. So
Yep.
maybe it's
Gatorade.
not. That.
Gatorade. Is it in you?
Gatorade, is it in yet?
I
Okay.
put the druid shitty spell list in Roll20,
Perfect.
so don't
Okay.
pick those.
Wait, what'd you
Uh,
say? Druid spell this one?
Yeah, I put it in Roll20. Like, just don't pick these ones.
Oh.
I went to level 4.
Trent's gonna pick all of those ones.
Only pick flame arrows, gust of wind. Earthbind.
Squonk.
All
The
right.
one in
I
Idaho
have to
is
make some
just
changes.
Charlie.
So, prologue is going to take place outside of the one place where we're actually going to be. Is in a remote facility or a remote home, I should say. A bead of wax slowly climbs its way down a half-melted candle. Its light is the only thing illuminating the room, save for a few rays of moonlight that creep their way through the closed curtains. The center of the room is a middle-aged gentleman lays in bed, covered in layers of blankets and heavy clothing. Beads of sweat drip down the sides of his stubbled cheeks as he gasps deeply for air. The sound of floorboards creaking cuts through the silence, and the face of a young woman appears from the darkness. She looks down upon the suffering man, sorrow filling her eyes. But not just sorrow, helplessness, despair, and a tinge of malice. How could the gods take such a kind man away from her? What had she done to deserve this fate? In the absence of those answers, a smoldering anger began to stir within her. Althea, is that you? Man croaks, before falling into a fit of coughs. The woman snaps out of her brooding and reaches for the cloth laying on the man's head. Yes, father, it's me, she replies, and she wipes the sweat from his head. Let me fetch you some fresh water. She turns to exit the room. The man catches her by her wrist to stop her from leaving, and for someone on his deathbed, it's a frighteningly strong grip. Listen to me, sweetheart. I need you to listen very carefully. I fear I won't have the strength to repeat myself for long. Althea turns to him, sets the bowl of water back on the table, and leans in close. Yes, father, what is it? Much like this candle beside me, I too, with time, will melt away. Unfortunately, I'm starting to worry that that candle may last longer than I. There's a brief pause as they both look over towards the candle, another bead of wax finding its way to the bottom of the pool. But, much like the candle, my body will remain, and maybe someday be used for something yet again. Althea brushes another wave of sweat off of her father's forehead. Please don't say things like that. You can beat this. This isn't the end for you. Uh, you've got one thing right. This isn't the end for me. What if I told you there was a way to free me of this ailment? If there was a way for me to outlive that candle, would you help me? A look of confusion washes over her face. What kind of question is that? Of course I would. Why haven't you mentioned this sooner? Man swallows deeply, puts his hand onto the woman's face. He smiles, but for a moment, before speaking again. You would help me, no matter the cost. And with both of her hands, she grasps her father's, a single tear rolling down the side of her face. She replies, no matter the cost. Right, and we're going to jump into Michael Barlows, if you could please, for the love of God, pronounce your character's name for me.
Lagoyne McCloyne.
Okay, Lagoyne. You find yourself, you're at work, and you are working with one of the professors who works in this facility. One of the guys you work pretty closely with. He's a mentor figure to you. He goes by Professor Kissiv. Excuse me. And you guys are in a small workshop, working on some arcane experiments. The basis of the experiment is basically you have some magical, arcane ability at your fingertips. You're mostly a practical practitioner, but you're trying to see what's possible within the arcane weave. You're trying to basically reach out and grasp this arcane energy in its raw form and somehow give yourself more spell slots, highest level spells, above game, those types of things. But you're working Professor Kissiv in this. And actually, see if I can move you guys to the right map. Carlos is the only person that immediately knows.
What? Oh, because he's seen
Hello.
the map before.
I'm Professor Kissiv. Thank you for coming to my laboratory.
Oh, is that just is a palindrome? It's just backwards.
Yes.
Damn it.
Hilarious.
Travis.
Okay.
I got it right away, but then once you used the same token, that made me really laugh.
Okay, yeah. So you're here at work. Would you describe your character physically and temperamentally to everybody?
Yeah, Lagoyne is a very broad, not too tall, maybe like 5'6", 5'7", but super broad fridge of a turtle. He has a very thick shell on his back, a very flat top of his head. He is extremely intelligent to the point where he doesn't even really fully know Common. It's not his native tongue, so he only learned enough Common to get by because he didn't feel like it was necessary to waste his own time learning a different language just to communicate with other people. He is generally irritable at any moment of the day. He was not always a turtle. He used to be a human, and one of his assistants at his old human lab, they were testing mutagens on themselves, and his assistant mixed the wrong substances together and turned him into a turtle. So now this is how he lives his life as a 45-year-old grumpy bipedal turtle.
So yeah, so you guys, he has a book out in front of him. You guys are reading through some things. There's a big glass ball in front of you guys, and that's going to be your arcane focus. We're trying to focus energy into this and see what kind of energy we can weave. And he's assisting you with this. He turns to you and says, "Tell me, Lagoon, this goes well. What do you hope to accomplish? What is your end goal?"
When I was young, I had sister. Mother and father loved sister more than Legoin. Years of constant torture and turmoil. I would love to create magic to one day go home and show mother and father that I am success, and to make them suffer physically as I have emotionally most of life.
Oh, Can't say I would have taken you for the revenge type, but
Also,
and
general healing is very nice.
yes, that is why we took you into our facility in the first place. Uh, well, tell me what will you do if you fail?
At least I have a job here.
Well, that depends on the size of your failure, friend. He laughs and puts a hand on your back and pats you a couple times.
Lagoin decidedly will not laugh.
Friend, truth be told, if we made a mess of this, it wouldn't be the first mess I've had to clean up here. When I was but a young scribe, long before this place, I would dabble with magic at night after my master had fallen asleep. I was tired of practicing simple cantrips, so one night I snuck over to my master's pack and I stole his spellbook. Most of the text was written in a language I didn't understand, and but the incantations, the arcane symbols I could had a firm grasp on, so I was simply whispering through one of the pages that I saw, and I thought I could make my way through it. And I wasn't even sure if I was saying the words out loud. And by the time I had finished the page, I had turned my face down and my master was gone. Well, I thought, tossed and turned through the robes that sat there and found a small turtle resting his head, still asleep. Anyway, Lagoin, the moral of the story is you cannot be afraid of failure. Failure is just but a stepping stone which we must climb to get closer to the top.
This person you're talking about, what is his name?
My old master,
Yes, old master. What is master's name?
it was Master Raphael Splinter.
Ah, okay. I am not knowing him.
I, I don't think you would. It's been quite some time. As I said, this was many years ago, long before I had helped create this facility.
Story just seemed very similar to a thing Lagoin did in past life.
I assure you, uh, well, maybe. Anyway,
Anyway,
and all I'm saying is, in the off chance that things were to go wrong here, and a catastrophic event would take place, we have an extraordinary amount of safety nets in place, any one of which that would be enough to prevent that event from occurring.
do not worry. Lagoin is unusual amount of smart, so I will not make mistake.
He smiles at you once again and gives you a hearty pat on the shoulder, and the two of you resume to your experiment. Trent, you, my friend, are on break right now.
All right.
Switch maps.
Just
We have-
in my office.
you are currently in your office, but
Okay.
your office is the garden
Aw.
where you spend
yeah.
most of your time. It is also where you work a lot of the time, but you decided it's time to take a break. You're gonna sit down and crack open your lunchbox with lunch. What's
Okay.
Arthur having for for lunch today?
Well, he's coming here to this little bench and slowly easing his old bones down onto it, and he opens up to a healthy assortment of vegetables from his own garden, and he looks at each one and he says, "Thank you for being you." And then he eats it. He pays his respects to each Brussels sprout that he tosses into his mouth.
Now, as you're a man of ambition, uh, you're on lunch, and there's also a little project you're working on. We'll call it a medieval fertilizer. You've been spending your hours working on a way to make the plants grow taller, the vegetables grow bigger, and make the grass greener in this area. And you think, this is your ticket. You're gonna work your way up. You're gonna do more. So you have what you believe is your final product there with you on lunch, just near and dear and safe and close to you.
Just sitting beside me, I'm just smelling the feces while I eat my lunch.
Well, I'm sure it's in like a vial or something, or a flask. I assume it's
Okay.
like a water thing that you apply to it. In theory,
Okay.
there's below you there's these look like fountains, and with any nutrients or stuff that you can apply to the garden, pretty straightforward. You dump your nutrients in there. That's kind of like a sprinkler system that after a while kind of mist around the garden and keeps things
Did I
alive.
invent that? Or- No.
Do you think you invented that?
I think that I tried to expand the existing installed system, and so there's like another little makeshift nozzle off to the side, but the water flow's not very strong, so it just kind of sputters.
So you're sitting here enjoying your lunch, and there's this pleasant old lady sitting across the way from you. You may or may not have made her acquaintance before, but she's old and lonely, so she's gonna make her way over to you.
Okay.
She's gonna approach and say, "Oh, hello, darling. How are you today?"
Oh, ma'am, but I first Arthur looks around and sees if she's talking to somebody else, and then he takes his hat off and he's like, would you like to have a seat with me? And he scoots over and then stumbles and kind of falls off the side of the bench.
Oh my, no, I'll stand. I gotta keep the old bones lubricated. Can't
No,
sit for too
don't I know it?
long. And says, "Oh, it's a nice day in here, at least. Can't you say? They really
No,
did.
no, yeah.
They did a nice job with the sunlight spell in here. It really makes you feel the warmth of the outside."
No, it does. It's sometimes I just feel so cold in my old age. It's nice in here, a little warm and snug.
I agree. You know what I do miss? I miss
Uh,
birds.
You miss birds. Well, I yeah, it's been a long time since birds have existed in this land.
It's they exist out like in the outside world,
Oh,
but
okay.
not like we're underground. There's just not.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, I know what you mean.
I never thought I would. I always kind of hated birds, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you always get nervous when they get too close to your eyes.
But something in my old age, I feel like just splitting a loaf of bread and sprinkling the crumbs about, watching them eat.
No, don't I know it? Sometimes I just like to sprinkle crumbs of bread and just pretend the birds are there. And then after a while, you just sort of kick the bread underneath your park bench, and it's like you experience the real thing,
You just camera pans to underneath the bench, and it's just like a
It's
9-inch high mound of crusty bread.
She kind of like half smiles and nods. She's like, yeah, maybe I will try that sometime. Thank you. So you take care of the plants down here, is that correct?
That's correct, ma'am. Every shrub and tree down here is my responsibility.
You must be very proud.
I am, and you know what? I'm gonna be even more proud one of these days because I am working on a little something, and I hold up the flask of fertilizer.
Oh,
Yeah, just take a whiff of this.
okay. Lena, she'll kind of recoil. It's like, ooh, that is potent.
By design.
Do you know why they originally put the garden down here?
Oh, well, it's I imagine it's to have a little piece of the outside world for all those lab technicians working in their sterile offices.
No, that's what I thought at first too.
No, okay, all right.
And certainly it does do that. I will agree. But I was talking with my husband one day, and well, turns out that the whole reason for the garden is oxygen supply.
Oh.
Yeah, in the case of a catastrophic event, they shut down the facility either inside or something bad happening outside. There's enough oxygen in this garden to keep us alive, definitely.
So I'm pretty important then.
She like kind of leans in towards you and uh, gives you a sweet smile and kind of rubs your shoulder a little bit. And she says, "You are probably one of the most important people in this facility. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name."
No, my name is Arthur. Arthur Choke.
Oh, Arthur, I'm Rosemary.
Very pretty name, Rosemary. I think I have some of that growing around here somewhere. I'll give you a sprig of it next time.
Oh, I appreciate that, but uh, oh dear, it is getting about dinner time. It's like 1 p.m. at this point. Um, and you realize that time as well. That's kind of like your break time's also over. Um, and over the intercom system, which is honestly, it's basically a bunch of cup and wires is the system. They send messages through. Um, but something comes over the garden. It says, "Attention, groundskeeper. We're gonna need to clean up down here in the kitchen. Groundskeeper, clean up in the kitchen."
Well, duty calls, ma'am. And he puffs up his chest, still thinking himself as the savior of this facility. And he'll confidently strut toward one of the doors that leads
Yeah.
into the kitchen.
Sweet. And as you stretch your way out of the room, look at an open door. I'm gonna stretch your way out this door. You open the door and immediately collide with a gentleman um, who you can immediately tell is either a guard or one of the clerics. You know, full plate armor, weapon on his back, shield, important looking guy. You collide with him, and this cup that he was carrying in his hands spills all over himself, making a huge mess. Oh, come on, man!
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Let me get that for you. And
Oh
he'll
shit, man!
he takes his
I've
little
already-
hanky out from the back and he like tries to rub it down. And he's kind of like doesn't want to look at Rosemary anymore because he's sort of embarrassed about this. So he's just doing this and
says,
I'll,
I'll just go change. It's okay. It's fine. I'm sure.
no, I'll make it shine better than before. I promise. And he goes,
No, please, sir. I insist. I will just go change. Our quarters are right over here. I'm late. I'm sure Walters is there already. It's no problem. I just thank you and have a good day.
you too, sir. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. always welcoming guest. Come and say hi.
As he's walking away, he's kind of like, shucking himself off and he says, "Alf, God, Walters better be there already." And with that, we go to Groundhog. We are down on the 5th floor. We are in the wards area. Like a camera.
Like casting wards.
Correct.
Okay.
Above game, this is basically there's a staff of clerics on hand that maintain protection wards for the facility for a number of reasons. Not many people actually know why, but they're here. They make people happy. They feel safe. Oh, and I'm sorry, Trent, we skipped over your character description. If you'd like to give a brief description of your...
Yeah. So Arthur Artie Choke. He's been working here for a very long time. I think I have him like in his 60s or maybe pushing 70, and he actually came from a very prestigious university and had applied for a position in research and development, but due to a clerical error, he ended up as the groundskeeper, which he was like very accommodating and just happy to work. And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine." But then he kept trying to like get moved to that position, and a bunch of middle managers would promise him, but then they would leave. And so he tried to make friends with the next middle manager and be like, it'd be really nice if I was up there. And it's like, oh yeah, Artie, we got you, no worries. And then that wouldn't happen. So now he's just sort of gradually come to accept his more blue collar existence, and he gets joy in it, but he's largely ignored and friendless. And just kind of sort of keeps to himself and works on his own little side projects. Maybe to one day impress the higher ups, but he's getting up there in years, and he's only a human, so who knows? We'll see. Oh, he has a. Oh, did you approve my pet rock too?
I didn't
Did you
see
see
there
that?
was a pet rock, but
Oh
that
yeah.
sounds
Maybe
great.
Okay, he has a
tell
pet.
us-
Well, I wanted it to have an ability.
Okay.
That's why. Hang on, I thought let's see. Did I add a thing? Oh no, maybe I meant to mention it then. I swear, maybe I just wrote it in my notes or something. I don't know. Oh no, I feel bad that I don't have. Also got to remind myself what it is that I... Did I not commit to this? Well, yeah, he is a
Aware
pet.
that you've done so many things and done 0 of those.
I know, I'm so ill prepared for this. But he has a pet rock because he's lonely, and it just like I know googly eyes don't exist in this universe, but it's just like a stone. He kind of drew like big cartoony eyes on it and like a smile, and he talks to that when he has nobody else.
Does your pet rock have a name?
At the time, I just named it Rocky, but
Okay.
maybe I can think of something a little more clever than that. Another pun of some sort. Let's
Can't
see.
wait to see what Rocky does.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, Brad, why don't you give us a description of Mr. Groundhog?
Okay. Hello, I'm a cleric, but I'm a halfling, so I kind of have my camera down kind of low because I'm trying to look a little shorter. And I'm looking up at you
I
guys.
was wondering about that. I was like, Brad, your camera's like.
But my name is Eldon, and so like like clerics do, they just, like to protect people, and we do all of the uh, rituals toward this facility. I do come from a halfling village that was kind of, destroyed entirely. So my god, Sheila, is who I called to. You know, she was really mad at us, and she must have thought we were doing way too much drinking and eating and all that. So I moved far away from that village. I lost all my friends there anyway. So now I'm kind of left to hanging out under the ground while everyone here is. But I fit in here because of that. I can hopefully avoid another tsunami that way. But yeah, come to me if you guys need, um, some convalescence and things like that. I try to solve problems, and I also try to be helpful. So yeah, there's plenty of things that Eldon can do for you guys. So yeah, I hope to make friends with everyone here. And I look around the room, and I don't know if you have anything planned, but I see another character there.
Yeah, so this gentleman is one of your coworkers. This is brother Felix. And you guys are actively working right now. Basically what that entails is just you guys are sitting in this arcane room with all these sigils up, and you're just pouring energy to maintain the protections that are upon this place. So you and your brother Felix are here. It is at the end of your shift. And usually people are here early to relieve you to have a smooth transition to make sure that, one on, one off, like smooth transition type deal. But it is time for you to go, and nobody's here yet to replace you guys. And how old is Groundhog?
Groundhog's pretty old. I think I read halflings live to be like 100, 200 easily. So I don't know if that's okay in your setting too.
Yeah.
So I think I put him at 77 years.
Okay.
So he's a pretty wise fellow.
Uh,
He's
I,
yeah.
I would say Brother Felix is about, the same range. Dwarves live to be pretty old, but he's also like kind of on his, yeah, everybody's old.
Mhm.
He's on his latter years.
There's nothing wrong with being old.
I don't know if we're allowed to make that judgment yet, but ask me again in 50 years how I feel about being old. But yeah, so you guys are both kind of have your hands out and energy flowing through you onto this.
Gotcha.
And um,
So, brother Felix, did you start your shift the same time as I did? I don't even remember. I've been at this for so long.
well, truth is, I started a little bit after you, but how can I say, old dwarven bones can't keep up with you youngins. I feel like I got a few more minutes left in me here. I hope
Yeah.
Walter shows up soon.
Do you think I can try to use this announcement system to call our higher ups for our relief? Do you think you can maintain the spell while I go to the announcement system?
I'll tell you what, brother Groundhog. I think maybe I should be the one to go to the office here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
And
you try.
he kind of uh just releases his health, and he kind of breaks down and is gasping for air pretty heavily there.
If I'm not concentrating on a spell, can I give him a little guidance?
Sure.
All right. I,
Easy enough.
I touch Brother Felix on the shoulder. Where I mean, really, probably tug his bottom of his coat or anything like that.
He's,
But,
he's a dwarf. I mean, he's on the shorter
oh,
side.
that's right, dwarf. Yeah.
But yeah, he'll take it. He'll
All right, shoulder then. Yeah.
pat you back in the back and says, "All right, brother. Well, be strong. I'll be right back. All right." And then
You got it. I'll keep holding this up.
he'll disappear for 15 minutes, which seems like a while because you happen to know that the security office, which houses the communication system, is on the same floor as you guys.
Well, my guidance spell definitely ran out long ago.
Yeah.
I hope Brother Felix comes back.
It's like 15 minutes goes by. You're feeling pretty tuckered out. You're on your last leg. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me, actually.
Okay.
See how well Groundhog is doing.
Good thing I took Warcaster just right at the beginning. Or is that just advantage on concentration checks?
Yeah, Warcaster is concentration.
I rolled too many dice. I'm gonna try again. Actually, I do it in roll 20 this campaign. I heard there's an extension to get your character sheet.
Yeah, I have it. It's called
Do I know the
Beyond
link to
20.
that? Beyond 20. Okay.
I use Firefox. I don't know if it works with other browsers as well or not, but
Well, I use Firefox, so shouldn't be no problem. Okay, 15.
yeah. I mean, you're hanging in there. You think back and you're like, yeah, actually, I came in early today. I'm putting in the hours. I showed up before Felix. I stayed later than him. But you're hanging in there.
I'm glad I got plenty of sleep last night.
Yeah.
Good to go for another 15 minutes that Felix is gone.
So Felix does come back. Comes back into the door. Not the face you were hoping to see immediately. You're hoping it was either Brother Walters or Brother Green. But he comes back in, and he's got a he's got food. He's got like a drumstick or something, and he's got like a pint of ale. He shows back up and he says, "Well, I didn't expect you to still be here." Walters did it.
What'd you do? Take your 15-minute break?
Oh, I'm done for the day. I figured Brother Green would be here. They said he was coming down.
Well,
Listen,
I don't know about that, Felix. I've been here longer than you.
Eldon, listen. Do you know the purpose of these barriers?
I'm sure Eldon does.
As I said, it's kind of vague what they tell you.
Okay.
As I said, the process is pretty mainstreamed. That you're just kind of pouring energy into these things that already exist. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
It's like, when's the last time I visited that section of the library? Arcana. Oh no. Not a 1. I can't re-roll it.
Bummer.
It's the worst halfling roll. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you're a cleric. A lot of your stuff, energy comes from divine. And a lot of these glyphs and stuff they have in place are more like wizard magic, or like stuff in your spell book that you had seen, which you have some experience with. But honestly, you've kind of looked at it between shifts sometimes and you don't have the faintest idea. But Felix speaks up. Says, "Oh, I guess it's time somebody clued you in. Listen, on the surface, this place takes a lot of its money from new weaponry, new technology, new medicine, all that stuff you see upstairs, but takes a big hearty gulp of the ale in his hand there. But I'll say there's a good reason you don't see many people going downstairs. They're playing with things we weren't meant to down there. Now listen, I can't tell you exactly what they're up to, but that enchantment right there," and he points to one on the wall there, he says, "That enchantment there is used to suppress undead. And that one over there, well, that's supposed to nullify evil necrotic energy. And that one seems like it's a modification of protection from evil spell. So they don't tell us higher ups much more than you, but I'll tell you this. Usually when they're running high priority experiments, they clue us in just so we make sure that all the wards are up and intact. Days where you see there's 3 men in here, those are probably the days. But nothing like that slotted for today. So if Brother Green doesn't show up on time, a couple of minutes off the barrier ain't gonna hurt nobody, all right?
What's the insight for that?
I mean, you're.
he kind of just divulged all that. Is he truthful about?
I mean, yeah, you can roll insight if you want.
Okay. Or is he? Because I'm also kind of just thinking maybe he's just kind of being lazy about it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He seems he's definitely telling you the truth. Especially like the parts where he's kind of like, I'm pretty sure, and I think, and that looks like this. He's not saying I know what this is. It doesn't sound like he's trying to be super impressive. He's being forthright with like, I get a pretty good idea. I'm not 100%, you know. Um, but it seems like, he's kind of middle manager in this, as he was saying. They don't tell him everything, so he doesn't know everything, but he's kind of drawing a little bit on some of those things. But also, he's drinking a beer and a chicken wing right now. He's pretty laid back about it.
I was like, all right, so I'll kind of go back to Eldon, and he's looking around the room at what these different enchantments you've been holding up for all day. It's like, yeah, I guess they would give us other workers if it was so important today. There's
And
been
with
days where there's 3 or 4 of us, and I mean, I think I'm ready to call it a day.
and he once again
Or,
he'll
or
say,
stop.
he said,
Stop.
as I said, even if these barriers go down, it's not like there's anything high profile scheduled for today. And with that,
And I step back and yep.
we're going to transition back over to floor 3. We are with Selfina Lunava. Billy, would you please give us a description of your character?
Yes. So Sylphina would be dressed in fine clothing. Usually wears pretty loose fit stuff, layered blue dress and white flowing top. She has a lot of embroidery and jewelry, some ornate designs near her wrist, like wristlets and bracelets, and then more around like the middle of her bicep on the clothing, like embroidery. Wears fine leather, comfortable looking boots. Has very long silver blonde hair, and has very soft, delicate features with very very light porcelain skin. She appears to be healthy, and she is also pretty small for a human.
How small is small?
Pegged
Like
her
short,
at
like short small or
both. I pegged her at about 4'10", about 90 pounds.
tiny?
So yeah, small woman.
Great.
Selfina is not old. She's in her mid-20s,
might be the youngest person in the facility.
which makes sense. Prodigy.
Yep. So yeah, so you are in the I guess what we would call like the operating room. This is the place where a lot of medical procedures take place. Any kind of dissections or experiments, kind of stuff like that, they have to run here. They usually run through here as well. Primarily, what you do here is administer sedation to the patients. Like I said, you're kind of the anesthesiologist. So just finished up a pretty simple procedure. They're fixing some teeth on somebody, and they just carried them out of the cart. And you were expecting at this point to be headed off for break. Instead, this guy over here shuffles through some papers, motions to somebody outside, and another cart comes in. There's a body, seems humanoid, very pale skin, and just the midsection of the body is exposed. The face is covered by a cloth. The waist down area is covered as well. They cart this body in. You notice that they said very pale skin, almost like gray, with red tattoos about. And they pull the body in. They set it up on the table, and it seems like they're getting ready for another procedure.
Doctor, was this scheduled? This individual? I don't recall.
Yeah, the guy you're talking to, he'll kind of pull you over to the side, say, "I do apologize. They don't like to write the higher, uh, the more secretive research we do. They try not to write it on the schedule. You are okay to stay and administer, though, are you?"
Yeah, that should be fine. Just standard protocol.
Well, you're the expert, but yeah, just keep him down. I don't want this one kicking up and around.
Yeah, I guess that being the case, would do my best to kind of quickly analyze and basically, I'm not an anesthesiologist. I don't know what you need to look for. I'm assuming it's something weight based and size and
Hey, go ahead and
age.
roll a medicine check.
What is my medicine? Not bad.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Billy's character is proficient in every single skill. So
Not quite, but very close.
it's like 4 skills you're missing or something crazy like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot. 25.
That's what happens when you have 4 20s on your ability scores. Or 3
That does
20s?
help. Yeah, that definitely helps.
Yeah. They you. How much prodding around are you doing on the body? You're looking through.
I would say enough just so she could make a medical evaluation. Like she wants to make sure that she does it correctly. So, if she needs to move some of the parts that are draped to observe or check this or check vitals or, again, whatever needs to get done so he gets put under correctly.
You kind of go to you get the feeling you kind of are examining, and you kind of move towards the face covering. One of the guys doesn't, like slap your hand out of the way, but
Mhm.
but you get the idea that he's kind of like, don't do that. Um, do you think you go for it anyway? Are you kind of like taking a little peek that you can, or
You said I noticed that he was kind of like,
yeah, he gives you a look that's kind of like, don't.
Yeah.
Like the cloth stays on.
this is to be done correctly. I need to move this briefly.
I kind of lean in and say, stays on. Just take a quick look.
Yep. And then she would, as efficiently as possible, check what she needs to check and then replace the covering. Trying to remain as professional as possible, essentially.
As you peel back the cloth, roll me. What is your passive perception?
19.
Okay. You get a decent look at the face. The eyes are not open, but this is what you see. Did that show you guys? Do I have to put it in your journal?
Then roll 20. No,
Sure do. There we go. Get the idea that it's not human. It's not like human, dwarven, elven, anything like that. Could be demonic, fiendish. Could be fey maybe. You've seen some weird fey stuff. Those are your best guesses.
Okay. Yep, we'll just quickly do what she needs to do and then carrying on.
All right. And procedure starts off. You observe that the test subject is motionless. You did feel that it was alive. There was, a pulse, a heartbeat of sorts. It was a little cold to the touch. He said, not necessarily human, but there was life there. Was not conscious at the time, and you feel confident that it's not going to be moving anytime soon. And with that, they basically grab a giant hacksaw and just start cutting into this thing. They go right through the chest, and as they do this, you realize that when you had seen the face, there was some scar tissue around the face line. And then as they began cutting in, you notice that there's scars all around where these tattoos are at as well. It seems like this is not the first time that they've done this with this subject. So they carve in, and one of the doctors pipes up and says, "Man, I'd hate to be this guy if I woke up like this. Hole the size of your head, stomach, two strangers elbow deep in your stomach. That can't be too comfortable." And the first doctor that spoke to you responds to him and says, "Now don't worry. Worst case scenario, this ugly bastard wakes up. It's not getting anywhere past that door right there. Not 1,000 men could break through that door if it's locked." And we're going to go right outside to Mr. Traffy. Traffy, would you give us a description of your character?
Raffi is a Goliath paladin. He is in his mid 50s, so closing not necessarily retirement age, but on its way there. A little bit of gray hair, where you can see a little stubble. Otherwise, just kind of bald and clear. He is just outfitted in one of the standard guard uniforms. Slightly, he's not at the bottom necessarily, but more like a shift leader, just kind of like a sergeant, just one above private in this facility. He would be, I think, with what we talked about, kind of just at like a checkout station, check in, check out. Is that where he's kind of be at?
Typically, yes.
Okay.
I'd say.
He's generally a man of few words, very hawk-like, eyes kind of always moving around if he's not falling asleep.
And with that said, today is a little bit weird for you. You're usually usually like between floors. There's staircases that go in between. You check clearance for people. The big one is between the current floor you're on, where there's still people who don't work in the facility come through and out for like medical procedures. You'll see like families of patients, those kinds of things. There is a public sector to this. And then below this is where you get into like maintenance and utilities, and then below that security, and below that's the super secret stuff. So usually between one of these floors, you kind of sit there, make sure people are okay to go in. And everybody has keys as well. So it's mostly just hey, do I know this guy? If I don't know him, show identification type thing. But today, you are inside of the medical facility. This room that you're in basically is an observation room to the OR. So Selfina is in the OR, and there's this room with several desks and windows plated out so that other doctors and scientists can observe and take notes, those kinds of things. You are stationed at the door leading into this. So right outside this would kind of be like the hospital floor, basically, where more typical patients' rooms would be.
Okay.
But you are starting your shift here today, and like I said, a little odd that you're here because you're usually other places, but it's not unheard of for them to put you somewhere else for coverage reasons or otherwise. You show up and you are relieving a private from this station. His name is Marty. You show up and Marty stands up straight away, and he's kind of let's say he's like 5'5", like a $130, super tiny guy. He must know somebody. That's how he got the job type deal. Maybe his dad's one of the professors or something. He's wearing, leather armor that doesn't even fit him. It's way too big for him. He's kind of goofy guy. He's got the leather cap that doesn't even fit on his head right. He stands up when you show up and recognizes you as a superior. He says, port gas, sir. Hey, didn't expect to see you here today.
You don't need to do all that shit for me. I don't care.
Yes, sir. Sir, yep, you got it.
What's going on in here? It looks fucking disgusting.
They're cutting people open. That's what they do.
God damn it, I hate being on this floor. The only good thing is that Artie can't find me. He doesn't know where he is on his breaks. Always tries and locks me down when I'm at my desk.
Artie, I kind of like Artie.
Don't fucking repeat what I said then.
Okay, you got it, sir. Yep, man, you got it.
Anything strange happening? Anything I need to know before I plot myself down and look at these nerds for a while.
Nope. Just make sure that the bad things, doors stay locked. Don't let the people in here, and don't let the people out there. Well, I can't say no to the doctors if they want to leave, but just everything's good.
All right, Marty, why don't you take yourself home?
All right. Just make sure after the doc gets in, you lock up. I don't have to tell you that. So you're my boss. But I don't guess I never understood what the point of that lock in that door was anyway. It's not like the guy's gonna stand up and, you know, walk out of here with their guts hanging out, right?
Hey, Marty, look me right in the eyes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You don't know what that lock's for until you know what it's for.
You, okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go now. Uh,
He he'll just look down at he'll sit down at the desk and stop talking to Marty.
just like
Yeah.
he like goes to leave and realizes that he like left his keys like on the table. It comes back and like grabs his keys, like goes back and realizes that he doesn't need his keys for this side of the door, so like drops his keys and then picks
He'll
them up and then,
just slowly look up at him. Like you fucking joking.
okay, Mr. Portgas, have a good day.
Mm.
Yeah, so you're here for shift now. Marty has left, and your shift has begun.
Probably just
there-
mumbled to myself like, I gotta tell Legoyne, where the fuck is Legoyne today? He's getting out a little dragon chess set that he always has at his desk wherever he's at. Because usually, if he's on the same shift, Legoyne will come around and play dragon chess with him for a while. Never win, of course, but just waiting.
like practicing by yourself, so
Yeah.
playing.
Yep.
Cool. With that, I'm going to give me link. Music. You guys would so like.
Oh yeah.
So loud. Barlos. Your experiment is proceeding nicely. You are getting results much faster than you were expecting. And you felt the arcane flow through your body before. But with Professor Kiss's assistance here, things are more than you've ever experienced. In fact, at this point, it seems like it's no longer in your hands. The orb is crackling with energy, and it's gone from you pouring energy into it to this orb is draining energy from you. And you begin to notice a look of dismay on Professor Kissiv's face as well. I'm going to have you roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no! I don't know if that rolls to everybody. I rolled a nat one.
Okay. I'm not in anybody's character sheet, so I can't see those rolls. Yeah,
Dang, man.
so
What
the
a great
energy
for the campaign.
the energy is, as I said, it's out of hand. And it's an odd feeling because it's something that's not living, but you feel its hunger. And with a nat 1, you fall unconscious.
Amazing.
Got him.
Yeah, he'll just say, "These feel weird." Professor Kisiv, do you feel?
And outside of that event, Professor Kissiv will attempt to maintain control of it as a hammer flies off the wall and knocks him unconscious as well.
Hell yeah. Oh my
Trent.
god.
A giant plant bites you. Right in the head.
You have just cleaned up your mess. You are back into the garden,
Equally intense, yes. Yes, here we are.
and you hold in your hand the fertilizer that you have been experimenting with.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment where you were alone in the garden, do you choose to sit on it, or is now the time?
Well, first off, I want to. I thought about better pet rocks, so
Okay.
now is the time, and I'm gonna dig in my pockets, and I have like those pants with like big pockets on the side, like kind of like cargo pants, just carpenter's jeans kind of things.
Yeah.
So I pull out 3 stones. They each have different faces, and the one's name is Urz Rock. The other one is Ellen Orr, O-R-E.
Great.
And then the other one is Flynn. And I set them out
This is so good.
side by side. I say, "All right, boys and lady," and I like sort of nod to Ellen Orr. "This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. So here we go." I pop open the stopper, and I'm going to specifically go over to the plant of rosemary, and I'm going to apply the fertilizer. Oh no, I put it into the system, right? That then like shoots it everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, I do exactly that.
And as you do that,
So Brad, you got an echo on your end.
you feel chemicals mix.
I have an echo. I was
Yeah.
unmuted. Okay,
No.
well, let me figure it out.
Feel the chemicals mix in.
Mhm.
You observe them mix in, and then begin to spray upon the cycle immediately as you trigger. And something else happens. You can't put a finger on it. It feels like a vertigo spell to you. Not something you're completely unfamiliar with, but there's a slight motion that you can't put your hands on. And as soon as the mist begins to fall down with this chemical you just deployed, Arthur falls unconscious.
What? I didn't get a. I didn't roll a 1. Okay. Okay. As I'm falling unconscious, I'm gonna reach out to my 3 little smiling rock companions, like like help me, to them, and then I'll collapse.
Brad. The Echo Brad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is anybody getting echo?
Yeah. You just have this conversation with Felix, and you decide to let go. Decide to let the power fade, and as you let go, you realize that you were way more past your limit than you had anticipated, and all of your strength that you had been pouring into this was far more than you should have handled. And you as well notice that the facility doesn't shake, but it feels like you're off kilter. And the second that you release that energy, you also fall unconscious. Billy.
The worst nat 1 I've ever rolled. It affects the whole table.
Everybody passes out.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Billy, you notice Brad, I gotta mute you for a second, bud. Sorry. You notice a strange phenomena happen. Everybody's focused on the table in the middle here, including the people outside of this room, even. But you were kind of off to the side and noticed that there's a pair of glasses over here that has a metal frame to it. You notice the glasses begin to tremor. They just kind of start shaking a little bit. And as you turn your head up, you notice something else is starting to move that shouldn't. A test subject on the table. First, it's a finger twitch, and then the whole arm begins to move. And one of the doctors looks up to the other, and they both turn to you. And before anything can be done, all the equipment in the room flies to the wall to your north. Part of this equipment is a hefty staff that, you being as small as you are, is enough to knock you down. And you're pressed up against this cabinet up here. Kind of fading in and out of consciousness at this point. You hit your head pretty hard. And between closing your eyes and opening it, you notice the creature, this thing, stir. And this doctor to its right is thrown up against the wall. And the previously pristinely white and clean room has suddenly become decorated with red. In 1 second, you look at the body laying on the table, and the next it's gone. And then it's back again on its feet. It's a weird shifting movement. It's there 1 second, and then it's somewhere 5 feet from it the next second. The lights begin to flicker. Everything goes black. Then the emergency lights kick on. A low, dim glow. And surrounding you, the last thing you see before you lose consciousness is the bodies of 4 mutilated doctors. Traffy!
Yeah.
A minute earlier, your eyes are feeling really heavy.
Naturally.
You look up and you notice that door's not locked. What's Traffy doing?
This is after my eyes were done feeling heavy.
Well, your eyes still feel heavy.
Oh, okay. Definitely would stand up. Fucking Marty probably didn't lock it again. This is what the lock's fucking for. Probably gets up. I assume it's the door between the 2 rooms, not
Yep,
the
it's
one
that
to
door.
my south.
It's the darker to the north.
You'd get up and start moving towards it. Are these people out here acting any differently?
No, not at the
Okay.
moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be walking towards the door to shut it and use my key to lock it.
As soon as you shut the door, and it's a series of locks on the door. It's a very, very hefty door. Ooh,
Mhm.
close my door. Uh, you notice that the the doctors begin to. One of them stands up from their seat and kind of scoot back from it, and there's a, the chair pushes back, and then there's a brief commotion between all the doctors around you.
I'd look back towards them, towards where the commotion was.
And they're all looking into the room.
And give a little interested glance. I'll slide the door open.
And as you do, the door flies open off the hinges, throwing you up against a wall and also knocking you unconscious.
Fuck.
And guys are making pretty good time.
Oh yeah.
This music is slapping. Whatever.
Is the
With-
echo over?
Yes, you were done
Yes.
echoing.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
That being said about the music,
Also, can I just retroactively, because I don't know where it's going to go from here. As I reached out for the rocks, I want to at least have grabbed one before I totally pass out. I'm just
Oh,
thinking
okay.
if I wake up someplace else, I don't want to be without
Rockless.
yeah. And I'll make it Urzrock in your honor. So Urzrock is the one that I grab.
You're good. Your rock's not going anywhere.
So play this one
Oh,
now.
okay, good.
Yep, you're shifting music.
Nice.
Sometime later, everyone awakes from their slumber, you might call it.
I'm
First
not
thing you
good.
notice when you open your eyes, the lights are not on. The Selfina had noticed, it seems like some kind of backup emergency power tripped on. There's very low light in here, but the first time you've been down here in this facility, it's dark. You can see, but it is unsettling. The next thing you notice is a message being played through the intercom system. And it goes, "Attention, Code 19. This is not a drill. All staff will please report to security office on floor 5. Lockdown sequence in effect. I repeat, Code 19. This is not a drill. All staff please report to the security office on floor 5. Lockdown sequence in effect." Begins playing on loop. And we will start with. Does anybody want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Team floor 3. Selfina, as you awake, the bodies that were around you before are no longer here. There are some limbs and entrails about, plenty of blood. The bodies are gone.
Great.
Everything is quiet, except
Is-
for in the room next to you, you do hear another stirring.
Yeah, I think Selfina would weekly get up after just being beat within unconsciousness, or I guess beat within beat to conscious or to unconsciousness. We'll kind of start making our way towards wherever the other movement is.
Yeah, you're free to move. These doors. Not sure if you guys can. You guys, I think you guys can open and close these doors, but
Yeah.
yeah, this door down here at the bottom is open. And on the other side of the room here, you would see Mr. Portgas. Who's also coming to consciousness as we speak.
I'm assuming we're familiar enough with all of the other NPCs or the other PCs. Be like,
Totally,
hey,
totally up to you. I would say him at least you'd seen around. He's a
I'd-
Goliath. He's
I'd
hard to
probably know
miss.
most people as well, just from seeing their names come through all the time and shit.
yeah, let's say you're security, right? So that
Yeah.
makes sense. It's like, yeah, everybody like has seen your face probably pretty regularly.
You're also like a 90-pound girl, so also hard to miss.
Yeah. He's also a Goliath, right? So
Yeah.
just, are you okay? Oh, my head.
He's just wiping blood off of his, mouth. Miss, is it Lanava?
It's actually cut. I'm trying to figure out how this door works. Let
Oh.
me through. Sorry. Aha. When it's illuminated, the door means you can go through it. I thought dark was open. It's like, why can't I go through? I'm just bashing into it. Yeah, it is cut off from Lunavale.
Okay. Oh, Lunavale. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Miss Lunavale, are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. The whatever. I collect myself. Whatever was in there, it's gone. Looks like it devoured, or well. And then she'll kind of gesture towards like the entrails and the blood, right? That's inside the room. And I
Fucking
don't know
hell.
how. Yeah. Ugh.
All right, I'm just gonna keep you safe for now. What the hell were you guys doing in there?
It was. It was off the schedule operation, I suppose. I didn't know about it until it showed up. It was not human. I have suspicions that it was demonic or maybe infernal or fey in nature. It was, I don't know.
I'll be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be much help in regards to figuring out what that did. All I can do is try and keep you safe. Maybe we'll need to gather some more people if we find them. What is looking around in the room we're in now? Are there any scientists in here?
No bodies, just a lot more blood.
It looks like these either got away or found the same fate as your friends. I'll go over and grab the shield. You'll see like a very intricate eye emblazoned on it, and then large battle axe. They don't look like they're exactly regulation for the security guards to have there. It's probably his own pieces that he used to have.
Let me just check one thing real quick, and then maybe we can make our way towards the security room or security floor 5.
Yeah. What does code 19 mean? Would we both know what that means?
Go ahead and roll me I guess a history check.
Okay. I'm gonna love this because my guy's so dumb.
Should I roll
Like,
as well?
he is security,
Yeah.
and he's like, has he read the handbook
Oh,
about?
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he probably got it and like just did the finger flip through and just threw it in the garbage. That's actually a good roll. 16.
Code 19 is a DC 19.
Damn it! I just missed it.
16.
You can't recall specifically, but what does kind of rattle your brain a little bit is the bit about lockdown sequence and effect. A lot of the higher number codes are like this real bad shit. And if they initiate a lockdown sequence, it
Mhm.
means that there's something in the facility they do not want to leave the facility.
Okay. How high do the sequences go? Do you think?
You're not sure, but you
Okay.
think it may either like 20 or 21.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's-
Well,
um,
you lead the way. I'll just keep you safe. But
I'm
it's a
gonna go.
bad
Milk time?
situation.
Milk time? Is it
Milk time.
No. I didn't have the cameras up. Oh yeah, milk time. I feel bad. I feel like I need to wait for Barlos to keep doing stuff. The baby's hair is getting real long.
Was a
Eh.
Archer.
Yeah. It's a
Let
baby.
me unmute. There we,
We
go.
need to get a baby laugh, and then you can turn it into.
Yeah,
Hi.
it could just be that, just like distorted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play
Hi.
with dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a roll.
Roll a Constitution save for Daddy.
Yeah, I'm not
You'll
rolling
probably-
very well tonight, buddy. If you could do it for me, that'd be good.
Run!
Run?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good.
that's what. Yeah, that's what we're about to do.
yeah.
It's an excellent
that's a
action to
fan
take.
on Brad's ceiling. Is that
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Bye, guys.
Can you
Nice.
say bye?
You
Bye
too.
bye.
bye,
Hey, see
Bye
ya.
bye.
bye.
But
All right, are you going night night?
night night.
You going night night?
Night night.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was a good one. That was really good.
Yeah.
See ya.
There you go, baby. Hey,
See
have
ya.
a good night with Mama, okay? I love you. Can I have a kiss? You're sleepy. You're not paying attention. Hi. Playing with dice. Dad needs to use those dice.
You're not paying attention, are you?
Oh, no dice.
Say night, Papa.
Night night.
Bye, GJ. Come on, take your milk.
Have a good night, baby.
Milk.
I'll see you in the middle of the night.
I will
I'll
see
see you at 1 a.m.
We'll go get your
Can't wait to see you once you start screaming in the middle of the night.
My
Love
favorite bus time.
I might need a visit from Barlos too with all this scary stuff.
Hold me,
Just walk
Barlos.
silently into my bedroom like he does. He doesn't make any noise anymore. He's reached the point where he'll just get and we have like a monitor and a camera on him too. He makes zero noise. He'll just slip out of his bed and show up right next to my face.
Wow.
Say, "Hi, Papa," and I wake up horrified.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
That's gonna be me now. It's a hello, Papa.
Yeah.
Hi. Fuck, dude.
No shirt. No shirt holding a blanket.
My mind goes back to Brackle inside the crib.
Yeah.
I forgot about that whole thing. Oh Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Continue.
no, as Billy said, I felt bad going on without you. Yeah, Code 19 is not great.
Let me check. Let me check. The doctor was referring to something. Maybe there's some information about this, and then we can make our way. And I wanted to try and see if there was the book that the doctor was referencing, kind of like, I don't know if it was scheduled appointments or some type of note taking thing. I think it was on this desk. Try and see if I can find
Oh, sorry.
anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'd like to just say that I'll always be within 5 feet of Selfina, and I'll go through doors and passageways. Excuse me, first.
What a guy.
Are
right.
you assisting look for a book, or are you looking for anything?
I can help her if she would like.
Yeah, I think she would. There was something over here. The doctor was. Maybe it'll be helpful if we can find any information about what this thing was.
I will just assist you.
Okay, got it. This character, all their skills, incredible. Jesus.
Oh, Mamacita.
31.
Yes. There is stuff. You have to give me a second
You're good. Take your
to
time.
see if I wrote down this fucking name.
I can. God, what is your character's last name again? Portgas?
Port gas, yeah.
Sure. Mr. Portgas, you're not typically stationed here, are you?
Not usually.
Man. Sorry, my head. There was some kind of before this all started going down, things started moving on the desk, and then things were flying off the wall, and I don't know if it's all connected or what, but everything seemed to go haywire all at once. So, I think I
The
know.
only thing I saw fly around was that door.
I saw the door slap me right in the fucking face.
I just like to imagine like the door is like crumpled, like in like a
Your face.
C shape, yeah, like around where my body was.
Okay.
I'll be
I officially don't know where the fuck I put that specific tidbit of information, but
I can just like I have a name or something like that.
no, it was an important name.
Okay. I have
But-
an important.
That's my problem with proper nouns is I always have to put meaning behind them. Just why I avoid them. But this specific document does not reference the subject by name. The only thing in this book that does not have a name, as in like a patient, is something they refer to as Specimen 0. And there's a few pages. It seems like it's referencing studies and things that aren't present in this. It seems like maybe this is a personal notebook that he had kept on hand to later add to a more professional document somewhere else. Or perhaps there were several people working on this, but however, it seems full of holes. But what you can find, it seems that they were interested in this subject for a few reasons. At first, It was regenerative abilities. This creature, this thing had the ability to regenerate almost flawlessly. And with the notes there, it seems that the scars that you had seen had to have occurred within the last week. Because within a few weeks, all scars and indication of wounds completely disappeared. So all the scars that you would see on the body would have been within the last week or so. The other thing you see mentioned throughout is what's the word I'm looking for? Immortality. They believe that Specimen Zero is their key to finding and solving mortality. They are going to live forever, and this is the key. Other than that, it's a lot of nitty-gritty notes about what they cut open, what chemicals they took. This test ran this chemical high. This was inconclusive, stuff like that. Well, those are the important tidbits you get.
Okay. If it's a actually brings up a good point. If it is a book or something that is like not like, you know, locked to the desk or something like that, Sophina would pick it up and look towards Mr. Portgas, say, I think this is important. I got some information from it, but would you mind carrying this?
No problem.
I'm kind of
That
weak.
was the wrong time to drink water.
What should I call it?
You can call it Doctor's Personal Journal.
Okay.
About Specimen Zero.
Can you carry this book? It's half of what I can carry.
Listen, guys, I have never had to worry about carrying capacity in my entire life. I am carrying
time for
43
everything.
and a half pounds. I have 1.5 pounds that I can carry in addition to what I have. So the book might not have been able to carry it. I'll be honest with you. It's a big book.
You picked the right person to walk with you then.
Yeah.
Well, if he does have some good information, I'm afraid I won't be much help. Probably find some other people with some smarties like you.
If we weren't in the middle of a code 19, I would be blushing. Yeah, let's make our way out of here. See if we can find others, or make our way to floor 5.
Yeah. Let's do a quick sweep of this floor. See if we can find anyone else. I think one of my good friends is actually working here today. He might be
Yeah.
able to talk to you about what's in the book.
You lead. I'll follow.
Yeah. Lead out to sweep kind of the rest of the floor, but I'd probably grab the dragon chest set real quick before I go.
Sure.
Just as a note.
As you approach the door and turn the handle, I'd like the pair of you to make perception checks.
The one that's exiting this room.
No,
Okay.
the second room to leave the
Okay.
hall.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. You said perception. What is it?
Traffy, your keen ear, as you turn the door handle, you hesitate. You hear groaning and footsteps, but not the footsteps of somebody walking around in a code 19. It's a dragging, a shuffling.
Okay. Give the old like old quiet kind of thing. And I'll just kind of like just either peek around the door, or if these are these windows here.
So you're going to be at this door right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
I'll creak the door as quietly as possible,
Okay, you'll make
just
a
to see if
stealth.
I can.
You'll make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, good. That means it's at a regular, just a flat roll for me.
Oh, you're chunky, aren't you?
And I have -1 to stealth. Natural 1. Natural 1
Oh,
-1. I got a fat 0.
no. That was with a
Uh,
good flat roll.
Yeah. Okay. Um. This door has not been greased any time in the last century. And you just push it open, and it goes. And as you do that, there is a figure that was standing immediately outside the door, with several other figures behind it.
Just a nice little fuck me under my breath.
And I need you guys to roll initiative.
Yikes.
Lagoin, you're going to go ahead and roll as well.
I'll roll on roll 20. Why not? Let's do it.
Hell yeah,
So
7.
9 -1, 8.
+2. That's going to be a 16 for me.
I'm going to have you guys say all those numbers again in a minute.
How would
Yep.
what's the sequence that you write out to do like advantage roll plus something?
Oh gosh. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like roll 2d20, drop the lowest or something like that. I don't know how to do it though.
Okay. Somewhere.
No, I didn't save this encounter. Okay. I can answer your question in a minute, but I have to.
You're good. Trying to remember what it was. It was like R. R 2 D 20 1. No, that's not it. R slash maybe. R slash
/R.
slash R
Mm-hmm.
slash. No. Oh god, I fucking forgot the slash again. Oh no, I didn't. I had the slash. Is it R slash maybe?
Have you guys used the new dice roller in Roll20 since the update?
I have not.
Remember, we used the advance.
It's much easier to use.
Oh, I don't know if I updated it then.
Oh, they have an advanced dice roller.
If you go into settings, you can select UI redesign,
Settings.
and
UI
it'll
redesign.
reload the page for you, but it
Oh.
updates everything for you.
Okay.
The UI update was fantastic for DM stuff because the layers are set out in the bottom left there. It was
Slash roll.
so helpful.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't
helpful.
been in as a DM. I'll have to go in tomorrow and look at it.
So instead of like having to like go to like a drop down menu and go to a different layer, it's like there's buttons for the 4 layers.
It's like it doesn't matter how many sessions you run, you're bound to put something on the wrong layer every session.
Okay. Andrew, what's your initiative?
8.
Billy,
7.
Barlos,
16.
Lagoin, you are actually up first. You are stirring to consciousness. Very similarly to your comrades, noticing the same things. The only major difference is you immediately hear unholy screaming. This wail of anger and evilness from beyond the door. What would you like to do?
Am I acting in turn order yet?
Yep. Unless there's stuff you can do beforehand. Let's do that. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's say we're not. You don't hear screaming yet. You're just waking up.
I obviously Kisev is not in there, right?
He's missing.
Is the orb lighting up at all? Can I sense any type of arcane energy out of the orb? Or any of these components on the desk?
The orb seems inert, which seems a little disappointing, but it's also a little relieving because it no longer seems that it is absorbing things at the same time.
Okay. And I suppose in that same vein, I do not feel like I am having my energy sapped anymore, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
And I would say all the things that you see in the room are just strewn about in the pile, probably stuff piled on top of you when you were waking up. All those glass bottles are broken, shattered.
Okay. I want to hyper focus on my surroundings. So I am going to right out of the gate consume a mutagen.
Okay.
To boost my focus, I'm going to consume my sagacity formula, which boosts my intelligence score by 3 and gives me disadvantage on charisma saving throws, which were shit anyway.
And are you going to negate your negatives? And how often you can do that?
Only once per long rest, so I will not.
Okay.
So that brings my intelligence score to 24. I would like to I suppose just assess the state of the room, see if anything is broken, see if anything is missing, see if anything is there that wasn't there before.
Go and roll an investigation check.
That's going to be a 25.
Yeah. That, along with your keen mind, you have a pretty good recollection of things. It doesn't seem like anything was really taken from the room. You said a lot of the stuff, like all the stuff that was in glass bottles, which would be like all this stuff up here. Is what those are.
Mhm.
Shattered. There's a lot of glass around the floor. Paper strewn about. The two main things that were in the room, well, the three main things that were in the room that are no longer in the room with you. One is Kissiv. 2 is his staff. And 3 is the book that you guys were working with.
I was gonna grab it. That was the next thing I was gonna do. Okay. All right. I am going to move to the door and listen through the door as intently as I can.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
My perception. Wisdom. Intelligence can only get you so far. That's going to be an 18.
I've only got a +3.
Right, yeah.
Um,
It's peanuts compared to my +10 intelligence checks, though.
like pull out dice needs because I want you guys to see all the rolls.
Okay, that's how it is.
Yeah, as you're listening through the door, as previously stated, it's eerily quiet. Just not a thing that is common in this place. There's always something going on. There's always people moving about. There's always people talking, especially on this floor. The room across the hall from you is weapons research. So there's usually a bunch of boneheads shooting catapults and shit. That's pretty loud. No noise from there. But you hear the same dragging noise and soft moaning from down the hall.
But it is not outside of my, not right outside of my door.
It's not right outside your door.
I'm going to go ahead and mimic what actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I am going to take a few actions and do some magical tinkering before I exit the door.
Okay.
Are any of these items up on the table here non-magical?
You could find a non-magical item.
How many? Even if it's just like a little shard of glass or a piece of
there's
something.
more than enough. There's like hammers and anvils and stuff in here. There's glass shards. There's corks for the bottles. There's a couple pairs of glasses. There's the chairs.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to tinker with a few of these items. I would like to tinker with 5 of them. I can do 7 at a time. So I'm going to grab 5 of these random items. It doesn't matter what they are. And 2 of them I'm going to imbue with a message. So whenever it is tapped lightly by a creature, it emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away. I'm going to record the same message for both of them. So we'll say like little 2 mallets or something. Whenever they're tapped by a creature, they're going to say, "Look over here, idiot." And I will stow those in my pack. And then the other 3, I'm going to have it constantly emit a nonverbal sound. The sound of the other 3. I'm going to bring the other 3 with me, and I will do them later. So just 2 that have that that message upon activation.
Cool.
So I'll have three at the ready if I need them. And I will attempt to slowly open the door as quietly as possible.
And as you quietly open that door, you hear the shrill screaming of some kind of creature coming from down the hallway.
Could I check to see if I recognize the voice of the scream?
You don't. I'll tell you, it's not like a human scream.
Hmm.
Sounds like a monster.
Okay.
If you want to see if you might recognize what kind of monster it is.
Yeah. I'll see if I recognize the monster. I am a blood hunter, so
Go ahead and do either survival or history.
history it is. And I have. Oh no, I don't have it. Well, I guess I'll leave it up to you. Fey,
you have-
fiends, or undead.
You have advantage.
Okay, great. That's a natural 20, baby, for a 30.
Nice.
You know, without a doubt in your mind, that is the scream of a wight. It is an undead creature that can turn humans into zombies and rein them under its control.
Well, I hate that. Okay. Can I tell how far away it is?
With your 18 previously, you can tell that it's so you're up here at this door and open this door, that's fine. You can tell that it's coming from the right of this door. And
Okay.
it's not in that room immediately to your right. It's further down. So at least maybe 40, 50 feet. Where's the ruler?
I can't see anything that's going on. I don't know if anybody else can either.
Yeah, the camera is still in your room.
Oh,
I guess what I should really do is just add a second camera.
camera.
I am going to. What would an incredibly smart creature do here? I'm going to. I'm going to magically tinker with my third item.
Okay. I will also say you're now in turn order. So this is your turn.
Okay, that's fine. Is closing the door again an action or a bonus action?
Look,
You're either are your choice.
Okay.
Well, you didn't really open it. You kind of creaked it open. So
He did what I tried to do.
Would you allow me to magically tinker with a small piece of material and toss it as an action and close the door? I know that's kind of asking a lot. Magical tinkering is an action.
let him do it.
Let him do it.
do you have a second attack from Blood Hunter?
I do.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to magically tinker with my third item, make it continuously emit the sound of loud footsteps, and I am going to throw it out the door to the left and then shut the door.
Okay. Grab map asset. I'm going to call it the torch. How far would you like to throw it? As far as you can?
As far as I can, yeah. Without without opening the door more. I would like to prioritize my safety inside the room.
Okay. So you won't quite get it down around the corner, but you get it out there and shut the door.
Awesome. And then I'll just I'll just what are these things right here?
Those are the mallets. It's like
Okay.
a rack with hammers on it.
Sure. Okay. If that's the case, can all 5 of those magical tinkering items be mallets?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna move back around by the mallets with my movement, and that'll be my turn.
Alrighty.
Also, Barlos, now I just picture you as one of those Hammer Brothers turtles from Mario. Mallet.
Oh, he's a fucking turtle too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
So good.
All right, it is the white's turn. As you creak this door open, Andrew,
Okay.
you see
I die.
and make eye contact with the white.
Oh no.
He is like just passing by the door as it's like comedic timing where the door just creaks open. You guys meet eyes. Do you immediately try to shut the door, or
Okay, so
do you think you would swing it open and say it's action time?
trying to think. I'm guessing Selfina's not a combat person, and I only see the one, right?
Um,
Oh wait, you said I heard multiple.
well, let's open the door and see what your sight sees.
Okay. So I just see 2.
Yeah, you see him, and then you see another
Use your divine
unarmed.
sense.
Use my
See-
divine sense to make sure that these are things that I
Undead.
see.
Yep, that's it.
I don't think I'm gonna use an action to do that, but I would have for sure. Um.
No.
It's not really your turn. Just it's the white's turn.
Oh,
But
that's right. That's right. Yes, sorry.
instinctually, are you like,
I would
you're like,
say.
oh shit, am I closing the door, or like, am I pulling up my sword and shield?
I feel like I would close the door and pull out my sword and shield.
Okay.
To just give me a minute to like, all right, it's gonna be fucking go time.
Okay. So
And probably let Seraph or
Call.
I want to keep saying Seraphina, Selfina, or Miss Lunavale, whatever.
Yep.
What's gonna happen here, or what's probably gonna happen?
okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Let's see, how smart is white? Whites aren't dumb. So he's gonna run up to the door, and he's gonna yank it open, and he's gonna look you in the face, and he's gonna give you that unearthly scream in your face, and he is going to.
What does it sound like?
Hey, Papa.
Jesus fucking Christ! It's the scariest fucking thing I've ever heard.
That sounds like.
Or the Skyrim guys. Oh,
He is going to. Nothing fancy. He's gonna stab at you with his sword.
I block it.
21 to hit.
What was it?
It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, got me.
And it's not getting the shield. It's 8 points of piercing damage. I'm sorry, slashing damage. And that is going to be his turn.
Okay.
Next up, come on, roll 20. Don't die on me right now. Okay. Roll a perception check for these guys.
I'll actually do a reaction to that.
Sure.
I'll hellish rebuke him.
So what's the save on it?
It is a dexterity 16 save. Big throw.
You rolled a natural 18 plus 2. It succeeds.
Damn it.
Half damage.
Yes, half damage.
Okay.
Okay, that is where 2d10 of fire damage. 2d10. You go 10. 10 fire damage.
So 5 for half.
Yep.
All right. How does Hellish Rebuke look?
With him, it's not like probably a red flame. It's more like a blue white flame. So he stabs in, or sorry, slashes across somewhere. Probably some fire out of anger kind of erupts from that cut and shoots out towards the enemy, burning him.
Yeah, and he makes that one attack, and at that moment he feels like he's going all in towards you. And that happens. He kind of recoils back and is taken by surprise.
Excuse me.
This guy didn't hear shit. This guy also didn't hear shit. This guy, on the other hand, does hear the footsteps. So somewhere, some guy is running in a direction.
Hey Donovan, what kind of attack was that?
Hmm?
From the
And
white?
Slashing like a sword attack.
It was a longsword attack.
Do you add the aura of hate? Like what's the rule?
You are absolutely right. I forgot about that. So everybody doesn't know Andrew's an Oathbreaker. And Oathbreakers give buffs to undead within 10 feet of him.
So because
and what
it's
is
a melee
that?
weapon, it's a +5, which is his charisma modifier.
Is that? Yeah.
Within 10 feet. Yeah.
So add 5 damage to
Oh.
that attack, Andrew.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, man, that
I think
Yeah.
I was going to talk to you about it, but whatever.
is upsettingly.
You just need to hope that he can command something at some point.
It's not like this is an undead one shot or anything like that. So it'll be totally cool.
Oathbreakers are totally good at this level, but
I mean, they're supposed to be made for like bad guy building, not for what I am.
I need to turn Flynn into an Oathbreaker paladin. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Dude, Undead Army, yeah. Fuck yeah.
So this guy, those two guys run. This guy's going to attempt to. You see a zombie running around from your right side here, and he's just going to attempt to kind of barrel his way into the room. Andrew, I'm going to have you do a contested athletics check.
You got it, baby.
Got to beat a 12.
Wow.
Oh no.
I got an 11.
So this zombie,
Is there anything?
after your slash happens, he just kind of pushes past you and barrels into the room. There is a second guy here that's going to attempt to do. No, I lost him. The same thing. So go ahead and do another athletics check.
Okay.
This time you have to beat a 6.
23.
You see the second guy coming. He doesn't catch you off guard. And you push him back out into the hallway.
Okay.
Great.
I'm a little rusty.
Andrew, that brings it to your turn.
All right. So I've a bunch within my. Do any of these guys look more powerful than another?
The one who has the longsword.
Okay. How bad did it look like it hurt him when the fire hit him?
Um, he took notice to it, but he's fine.
Okay. I'm just.
He did also manage to avoid most of the flame.
Okay. I'll just do a bunch of necrotic damage to him. Let's see. I think I'll just take a couple swipes at him.
Okay. Roll for
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it in here. Keep forgetting. Attack is also +9. Does
They might
15
like
hit?
They might like some radiant.
The 15 does hit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Give them some radiant.
Bonk.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have whatever it's called. What's it called?
A divine smite.
I don't know if I have it actually.
That says you do.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna spend a spell slot. All right. Yeah, I'll spend one spell slot to do
Smiting
divine.
him?
Yeah, I'll smite on this one.
Hell yeah.
So it's 2d8 radiant. Sorry, guys. 2d8 radiant.
You son
So
of
6 radiant and 8. 8 plus 13, 21 slashing.
Okay, 21 slashing. What was the radiant?
6.
Yeah. So you strike him with the flame. He kind of takes notice. One zombie pushes past you. You brush the other one off, and you come up with your axe. An axe, right?
Yep.
Come with your axe and just call upon whatever divine favor you can, and dig it right into his chest. And it takes a good chunk out of him. Your
Hell
axe
yeah.
buries right into his shoulder, and you gotta like kick him off of your axe. It's in him so deep.
Love it.
But he's up dead. He's still kicking. He doesn't
He's
care
still
that
kicking.
he doesn't care that he's almost missing an arm.
Okay.
He's gonna keep going.
Do. Where is it? Shit, this is ridiculous. I will pull it out and probably I'm gonna try and slash this guy that's next to Selfina.
Okay.
$21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
Fight music.
And then 17 slashing damage to that one.
Another massive hit. He definitely doesn't like it. He lets out an angry scream at you, but he's undead.
I guess,
He doesn't need both of his arms to bite someone.
and I'll bonus action Shield Master, shove, to try and shove this one away from Miss Luna Vale.
Okay. He's gonna contest with not Dex. Got a beat a 12.
What do I use? Athletics.
Athletics. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Natural 20.
And you're pushing him away.
Yeah.
Yeah. The natural 20. You push him 10 feet away.
Yes.
Got it.
Get the fuck out of here.
He kind of loses his balance with his like arm missing, and then just falls backwards. Can't catch his balance. Great. Anything else in your turn, sir?
That's it.
All right, Billy, your go.
So, question: can I occupy the same space as Mr. Portgas long enough to do a cantrip?
I'll allow it. That's fine. You just can't end your turn there.
Okay. So I'll say maybe thematically as he's turning around to bash the ever living fuck out of the guy that was next to Selfina. She kind of sees that opportunity and kind of steps in behind, kind of like goes around him, and then kind of, while he's temporarily kind of still in the space, but he's, focused a different direction, kind of slip in that position really quick. And she will see the two boys, and she will speak the word, which is celestial. Actually, before I say the word, yeah, her hair will kind of start to kind of radiate with a little bit of kind of like a purplish hue at the tips as she's clutching her holy symbol, and she will cast Word of Radiance. And the divine word that she says, which is in celestial, is Thiath. And that is a con save 16, and the range is 5 foot, so each creature of your choice that you can see within range makes the save, which was the
Alright.
idea behind getting it.
First one was a 10 for a fail. Second one is a 15, which I assume also fails.
Yep, both fail. It was a con 16. So they take 2d6 plus 5 because I have potent spellcasting. "13 radiant to those two boys."
Get him.
And then she will basically, after she gets that off, she'll kind of swing back to the left side of her protector.
Yeah, as you speak the incantation, the white grasps his head in pain and collapses to his knees and falls motionless.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yes. Thank
Anything else on
God.
your turn?
I guess trying to think if there's anything I can actually do for like a check, but I don't know right now, so I will say no.
Smart and dangerous.
All right. Lagoin. You can
Okay.
now hear the sounds of battle down the hall.
Did you say that a few creatures ran towards the footstep sounds?
You do hear some footsteps getting closer to you.
Okay. They're not at the door yet.
You have not heard them pass you, as far as you can tell.
Okay. And I'd really like to open the door and hit them with the door. That'd be great.
Can hold an action.
I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I am going to bonus action Crimson Right my sword. So I will for the first time I will take my sword out of its sheath. It's a katana style long sword. It's emerald green beautifully crafted, and I'm gonna run it across my palm and draw blood from my palm, so blood coats the entire blade. So I will take 1d6 damage real quick, and that's a 6. So I'll take 6 necrotic damage, which can't be
Boy.
healed. And that adds a d6 to all attacks I take with that weapon until my next short or long rest. And I'm going to do Rite of the Flame, so that's extra fire damage to each attack. And I will move back to the door upon hearing the screams. And I will hold an action to open the door on the creature as soon as it passes the door. I'll say, yeah. Whenever the first creature comes in, as soon as I can hear it right outside the door, I will hold my action to open the door on them, as an attack, I guess. I don't know how you want to quantify that, but I will
They're
attempt
attempting to hit them with the door.
maybe shove. Yeah, maybe it is like knock them prone
Cool.
with the
Cool,
door,
cool. Sounds good.
and that'll be my
All
turn.
right.
I picture Legoyne like sucking his teeth when he cuts his palm. He's like,
It's like this is every day. No worries.
And this guy notices
Normal
something's
sleep.
actually happening.
He does it when he's nervous. He just cuts his palm.
Powers up the sword just as
I make little
it
cuts and I
passes
feel
up here.
better. Little cut here, little cut there.
Just to feel pain, to feel alive.
Okay. Traffy, you see from around the right side of that door, stage left. It's kind of bloated, ugly looking zombie
Great.
come waddling around the corner. And as soon as he gets up to you guys, he's going to claw attack at you.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a crit.
No, it's not. Because of my armor.
Yep.
Uncanny dodge.
No, my armor doesn't allow crits. Or wait,
I'm just being funny.
yes. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, your armor it kind of goes right for your neck in a vital spot, and your armor has some nice neck padding there for you that deflect the attack. The second claw comes across and scrapes you across the face. That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And Andrew, what is your highest stat?
My strength.
Okay, I need you to take 1 strength damage.
So like going from 22 to 21, or from
Yeah.
modifier.
Yeah. How do you have a 22?
I can go back and look on it. Or wait, it might have not changed back because I had to change something else. That's high. 20, or you know what I mean? 20 to 19.
Yeah. Yep. So you are at 19 strength now, sir. As he claws at you, you feel
19.
it's not really as much a physical drain from you as something magically feels enchanted when he claws at you. You feel
Hmm.
something in your soul sap from you. You
Okay.
feel a bit weaker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's going to bring us to this guy at the doorway. He's going to also claw at you. 17.
Miss.
Misses. Second one. It's an 18.
Miss.
This guy is gonna run right back over. He's gonna claw at Selfina. Or an 18 to hit.
Misses. Barely.
And another 18 to miss.
Whew.
All right. How slow are you guys? Okay, this guy makes it just outside the door. So as soon as you hear those footsteps outside the door, how are you opening this door on this zombie? You're muted.
I am going to. I'm gonna like prop my shell up on the door, so I'm like backwards. And actually, you know what? My strength comes from my gauntlets, so I'm actually gonna stand on my hands with my feet on the door. And whenever I hear it come in, I'm gonna push off with my hands off the ground and kick the door open into their head.
Okay.
Fucking
Uh,
double kick. Nice.
I'm gonna have you roll athletics with advantage.
Okay.
And he's gonna roll with disadvantage. Because he did not see that coming.
Got an 18 plus 7, so
Oh, yeah.
25.
Yep, you fling that door open. He flies 5 feet backwards, and he is also prone.
Fuck yeah. Is it just one or two?
So you hit the one with the door, and there is one who was still trying to run that way.
Okay. Great.
All right, and that brings us
Yeah.
to Andrew.
Come on into my office.
Mm,
White.
I would say. So you said it felt like a magical effect that did that.
You felt poison before.
Okay.
It
Poison.
w- it didn't feel like a physical drain.
Mhm.
It felt like an energy drain from you.
Okay, so not poison.
It is not poison.
All right, I don't think I can cure it. Then, well, I'm not going to do it right now. I will slash the person behind me.
For it.
Oh, here it is. $17.
Definitely hits.
Okay. Then back. 12 slashing.
Okay. Second.
He's still up.
He falls. For now.
I chop off his head. And then I'll attack Fatty out here.
Okay.
22 to hit.
It's
I noticed he didn't say Mr. Like he doesn't have respect for Fatty.
No. That one is 7 plus 11, 20, or 18. And I'll push him with my bonus action.
gotta beat a. Ooh, you gotta beat a 20.
Gotta be a 20. Nope.
He real fat.
He's a fatty, Fatterson.
He's a lineman. Pushing to him, you kind of just sink into it.
Bad boy. That's my turn.
All right, I believe that brings us to Selfina.
Can I do the same thing again with the movement, or would you say it's pretty jammed up in that spot now since he's surrounded?
I mean, they're all within 5 feet of you, right?
Well, that's true, but I have to have eyesight, which I don't know if I could see that guy around the corner. You know what I mean?
I'll allow it. You're fine.
Okay. Continuing to kind of concentrate on that energy, she'll speak a different word. She'll say "su," and then kind of another pulse of that energy, the radiant energy, kind of shoots out. Con 16, word of radiance for them boys.
And
They
boys.
all succeeded, actually.
Oh, no damage.
So
Jerks.
everybody rolled above a 17 on the dice.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Is there any half damage?
Nope, it's cantrip.
They all see it coming and turn their ears off.
Seeing as that wasn't as effective the second time, she'll release the holy symbol and start to reach out and manifest a spiritual weapon, essentially to the right of Mr. Portgas.
Okay.
And
I don't have a weapon, but you get a mage hand.
yeah, that works. It'll just look like a like a scythe, kind of a purplish with a purplish hue at the tip, and is going to try and cut down the guy that is in the room behind us. And it's been so long since I've cast this. Which
Yeah,
weapon? 1d8
make-
plus. Yeah, it's
Do you
a
make
it's
an
an
attack
attack roll.
the first turn it comes out?
You create a floating special weapon within range, lasts for a duration, or until you cast a spell again. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against that
Okay.
creature.
Go for it.
Spell attack is +8. That's not too bad. Not when I roll a 3. How's an 11? Does it hit that guy?
It was the guy to the back.
Yep, the guy in the room with us.
Oh, I should specify. This guy is on the ground.
Disadvantage.
If you
Which
still
one?
want to attack him.
Oh, it's not this guy, it's the guy at the top?
Yeah, the guy up top is on the ground.
Okay, I mixed those up.
This is fat guy. You can still attack the guy on the ground.
Did the white who died, did he kind of remain in the same way? Does that make sense?
Fatty is like stepping on the white's corpse right now. This guy looks like he's not doing anything right now, but he could possibly get back up. He's got some twitching left in him.
So, that being the case, he's not currently actively trying to kill us. So she would go for the one that's standing.
Okay.
So, fatty, I guess.
Hey, fatty.
What was your attack again? It was 11?
11.
Yes, that hits.
Woo!
He's
Fuck
real
yeah.
fat and real slow.
That's
Have
8 damage.
the house rules come into play yet? Donovan, like flat-footed or those ones?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What's flat-footed?
It's basically like the big one that I think of is like inflict wounds
Yeah.
to cast inflict wounds on somebody, I don't have to penetrate their armor. I just have to touch them. So
Mhm.
why should their plate mail protect against it?
Mhm.
So their armor class just becomes 10 plus their dexterity modifier.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Then like there's a surprise situation where the plate armor is still going to protect you even if you're not aware of something coming at you. So then it's your AC is just 10 plus your armor, and so you don't get a dex modifier.
Gotcha.
Cool. Selfina, anything else?
Just stand my ground. Just bonk the fatty and end my turn.
Okay. All right.
It's force damage too, if it matters.
Got it. All right. Well, going. You're muted again.
Yeah.
So Steve, I'm not used to not DMing.
Yeah.
I'm used to having it on all the time. Yeah. So I kick open the door. My feet kind of fall down to the ground outside of the door, and I'm just gonna spin around and make 2 attacks with my longsword on the guy that is not prone. I'm gonna move out here. Ooh, look at that big old boy. Yeah, 2 swipes at this guy. The first one is going to be a 14 to hit.
What hits?
All right. That is going to be 8 slashing damage.
You do it.
5
You have
5
magical
poison
weapon, right?
damage. All magical, yeah. And 3 fire damage.
Okay.
So it's 16 damage total. I don't know if you need to separate that out or not.
I do need it separated out.
Okay, so 8 of that was slashing, magical
Oh, you're good.
slashing.
I got you the first time. Just please keep separating it in the future.
Okay. And I will attack a second time.
Go for it.
That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Still hits.
Nice. For oh, that's much better this time. 13 magical slashing, 8 poison, and 6 fire.
Hey, how do you cut this guy down?
Burst through the door, knock his friend down to the ground, and I just do like a Ninja Turtle backflip and just like slice and dice. Just a big X motion, just chop his body in 4 pieces.
Yeah, he falls down and he appears motionless. All right, sir. Anything else
yeah.
in your turn?
I don't believe so. I thought about using a blood curse, but I don't want to blow all of my resources in the first 2 minutes of this campaign. So, no, I am good. I'm staying put.
Alrighty. Brings us to fatty number 1.
No.
He took a pretty heavy hit there, and he's looking. He's got that look like he's got a shit.
Great.
But instead of shitting, he's gonna explode.
I kind
I
of
need
saw that.
the 2 of you to roll Constitution saving throw.
Con saving.
You got an aura there?
I don't believe so.
The only aura he has
oh,
is
wait.
helping these zombies.
No, you do. You get +5. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! What is it, con?
Yep.
Oh shit! I forgot that I'm good at everything.
Uh-oh.
Now, either of you roll below a 12.
No. A 13
No.
and a 14.
Jesus.
We tried to.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys are gonna take 6 poison damage each as he just erupts and his gross poisony mucus covers everything around him.
Disgusting.
Gross.
That bodes well for Lagoin. That's good. That's poison damage.
This guy is also gonna roll con save. Oh, he's immune to poison. What am I talking about? Great.
Absolutely disgusting.
This other guy is gonna charge full force at Lagoin and do some claw attacks. So 15 to hit,
Misses.
and 12 also misses. All right, zombie over here is gonna do a couple swings at Raffy. That's a critical fail.
Nice.
He kills himself.
14 misses. This guy twitches and then cracks his neck and hops back up to his feet.
Oh fuck!
He is also going to make a couple attacks at Selfina again.
Knew we should have stabbed that bitch.
Yep. I'll cast Zone of Truth on him and I'll get him to tell the truth.
Okay, 1 hit.
Nice.
And is for 3 bludgeoning damage. And you take 1 point of damage to your highest stat of choice, since you have 3 of them.
I'll take 1 to my intelligence.
All right. And then this gentleman up here is going to stand up, make a couple attacks at Turtle Man.
Turtle Man MacGuffin.
It's another nat 1. And an 18 to hit. It's your AC, Carlos.
Oh, 17. Sorry.
Okay. He gets 1 nasty scratch in on you for 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be 1 intelligence damage.
Damn.
All right. That brings us to Pork Ass.
Oh, it's time for more slicing.
Slice and dice.
Guy who got up first of all. He's gonna get it.
Is X going to give it to him?
Let's see. I would say yeah. That is 14 slashing damage.
All right. He is down for good this time.
Better. I will move one thing out to the corridor. Still kind of blocking the door. And I'll see this little gentleman here. And I'm gonna give him a smack. $22 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, full damage. 19 slashing.
He is no save necessary. Down for the count.
Yes.
All right. Movement bonus action.
Uh,
You
I'm
hear
gonna
the
stay
sounds
here.
of an angry turtle man echoing from this doorway.
I know those angry grunts anywhere.
He's like roaring. Kicking down the door. Just "Ah!"
I'd say
Would Traffy have ever heard you be this angry?
probably. Oh yeah. That's a
Oh
good
yeah.
question. Okay.
Yeah.
The coin. Follow me, Mr. Lavelle. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As far as I can get.
Alrighty, Selfina.
Yep. Following his lead. Go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't move my spiritual weapon, but it only moves 20 feet, so it's a couple behind me.
I think I can give you control. There you go. 5.
Meanwhile, in the garden, the 3 pet rocks are just talking to each other.
Oh, it's really
Um,
dark in here now.
The rocks
How's
are
your day, Ben? Earth's rock?
The rocks are
Pretty
the
good,
source of all
man.
this.
Yeah,
If
just radioactive rocks.
They're all absolutely demonic.
if I were to use my action to dash, would I be able to open the door with that action? Or would I basically like get to the door and then that would be like, okay, the door's
This door is open.
oh, it's open. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, if you can see through it, it's open.
Yeah. Sophina will get her fucking sprinting girl shoes on and fucking just start booking 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And just whip around that corner like a fucking track star. And
A
this door
4'10" track star.
Poor Traffy. He's like, follow me. And you're like, you follow me, actually.
All
Just
tiny girl.
fast as fuck.
that's a fuck boy.
All right.
And that door is open to where
Yep.
he's fighting. Okay.
Yep, you can see them up there now.
Selfina would just kind of just say, we're coming. And that's it.
All right, Lagoin.
He will not respond. He is in fight mode. He's
Oh,
gonna
fuck
take two swings at this dude, and that will be my turn. He's holding his ground.
All right, go for it.
Okay. The first one, oh, so close to a nat 20. A 19 for 26 to hit.
It hits.
And that is going to be 12 magical slashing, 10 poison, and 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And the second one is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
For 9 magical slashing, 7 poison, and 5 fire.
You try to dissect him into 4 pieces like the other guy, and they're almost there. Take off an arm and a hand, but he's still looking bloated and gross.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's different side, arm and hand.
Yep. You took off the hand and then just
Oh,
went
the
up and cut
hand?
off the same arm.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Fatty doesn't know that you're immune to poison damage, so he's going to explode
Fuck him.
Got him.
for no damage to anybody.
Going will just take it. Just all of the acid and shit just hits him in the face, and he just like,
Bathe me in your blood.
like he's taking a fucking bath. Yeah.
Polishes his shell off with it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Buffs it out, yeah.
This guy is going to take a couple swings at you. I think a 21's going to hit
Yes.
for another 2 bludgeoning damage. No additional effect on that one. Another. I guess we're all good. And then 3 bludgeoning damage on the second one.
Okay.
And that takes us to Andrew.
Alrighty. I will. Oh. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, and then he's out of the range. I'm going to throw a javelin at him at disadvantage because it's outside of the interior range.
Go for it.
At this gentleman. Okay, so paste.
Just to be sure, you mean Lagoin, right?
Yeah, of course.
He smells like the zombies. It has to be him.
No, Lagoin's turned.
Yeah. We
He
gotta
got
take
in
him
his
down.
mouth.
Okay, let's see if it works. Wow, 2 4s. That sucks. 11.
11's gonna hit.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Zombies have notoriously low AC.
That is 16 piercing damage.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you just see him barrel around the corner, and he has like these kind of like shorter javelins that kind of fit on your back a little bit, and just absolutely fucking MLB pitcher chucks it at this zombie.
Yeah, and you hit him right through the neck. And there's like part of his neck is not attached anymore. The other half is still hanging on. You have a second attack if you'd like it, sir.
Yeah, I'll attempt it again, I suppose.
Sure.
I picture it's just like
Bitch.
tightrope, like there's just no velocity lost.
His arm's a crossbow.
Damn. 20. That'll hit.
That hits.
And then that's 12 piercing.
Like an Olympic archer, you nail the other javelin with your first javelin or with your second javelin and pop off his head. He
Just
lops over.
Complete the job. Lagoin!
With that, we
Uh,
are out of combat.
We're assuming that these guys are not coming back up, right?
They are not coming back up.
Oh, can you say like fucking checkmate or something like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's your one-liner?
I I have a bunch of Jason Statham's best quotes. He says you don't need your mouth to pee. From the transporter. Yeah. I would run up with Selfina, I'm sure. Lagoin. Are you hurt?
Welcome to our hallway. I have this javelin, yes?
I have plenty more.
Perfect. He'll attach it to his shell.
Lagoin, have you met Miss Luna Vale before?
Of course, she anesthesiologist. I bring her medicine every day. Also, there are zombies in this hallway. We should probably look into that.
I won't be much help on that front. I think you two might need to have a chat.
You'll never help with anything.
Maybe
Well,
maybe we find somewhere to hole up for a minute and figure out what we're gonna do. Maybe patch you guys up.
you wanna like motion into the room where you came from, maybe?
We could stay here for a few minutes. Yes.
Okay.
And Lagoin will walk back into the room. Yeah.
This is good room.
We'll just like barricade the door, at least for the moment, just while we're
Yeah,
doing some healing.
this hammer rack is not mounted to the wall. It's just there. So, less a couple of hammers, you can. Well, actually, door opens the other direction, as we learned from Lagoin. But
Crap.
you can lock it. Easy
Okay.
enough.
I'm gonna use some lay on hands on myself.
If we have some time to talk, and perhaps I can perform a ritual. Well, not quite a ritual, but can return some of your vigor. But it would take 10 minutes. 10 minutes if we have the time.
Sure, I'm sure all of the undead outside will wait 10 minutes for this to be completed. They are very patient species.
Well,
You know,
Lagoin,
let's say
we
side note.
talked about this.
I almost did a Russian accent instead of doing the whole the Visic thing. I'm actually glad I didn't.
That would have made sense why we work together, I suppose.
Wait, you did a visit
Yeah.
thing? What are you talking about?
I will say that I was unconscious for some time, as was Mr. Portgas, and up until the point which we made some noise, they did not know we existed. So I think as long as we don't draw their attention, we might have a few moments. But that being said, if we get cut off midway, no harm, no foul.
And again, Lagoin, we talked about the satire. Not with new people. Only between friends it comes off like a dick.
Oh,
I know I come off like Dick. I do not mind.
I forgot. Before I begin and we begin talking, and Selfina will kind of root around and like one of her. She doesn't have a lot of space. She has a couple. She has like a small backpack and a pouch. I guess.
What do girls call the little tiny purses that they take when they go clubbing?
Clutch.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just has a clutch.
I got a yeah. It would be great if it's a clutch of holding.
Yeah.
She'll kind of pull out a small little where's it at? She'll pull out a very small pouch, and she'll hand it over to Lagoin.
Thank you. I love pouches.
You have to open it up there. When we were talking last, you have an affinity for certain tastes. I had these imported from my father, and inside is a imported white truffles.
Nice.
For the first time today, probably, Lagoin will have a smile come over his face, and he'll say, "The white truffle, objectively, is best truffle. I love it. I used to forage for truffle all over Turtle Colony before I came to this facility.
Well,
I thank you."
you're welcome. Now enjoy them quietly while I try to heal us.
Looks like you found all of them, Lagoin.
What?
Like Lagoin's going on about like the truffle in the background. It's like, attention, code 19. This is not a drill.
Yeah.
For next week, I'll prepare my whole 15-minute dissertation on why the white truffle is the superior truffle.
Do we have any idea how long we were knocked out? I would assume probably not.
I thought about this because technically, rules as written, Lagoin knows exactly what time it is all the time.
I would know. Yeah.
Oh,
But technically, you would know. But also,
you're unconscious.
you're unconscious and underground. So it's a strange thing that like I can't justify it, but you do know.
Hmm.
You have a watch on. You have a
He just
medieval
has a
watch.
watch.
It's by how hungry
Yeah.
he is.
It's been about 11 hours.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. I will
That's
relay that to them. I will
Oh.
let them know.
Shit. Sorry, pardon me. Yeah, if we can spare 10 minutes so we don't all bleed out. 11 hours. Was not expecting that. And she'll start setting up a prayer of healing as everybody's kind of conversing.
Beautiful.
11 hours is roughly 3 of Legoin's nightly sleeps.
You only that's 3
Wait.
sleeps.
Wait, you sleep three times during the night?
Yes. We will leave it there for you. I suggest we get off of this floor, possibly find other people. Maybe this lot of zombies, maybe this not lot of zombies compared to other floors. I have no way of knowing. What we could use is probably another cleric, and a gardener.
Seems tactically logical.
Wow, that's very specific.
That's why he's so good at chess.
Always think 4 moves ahead.
While talking, Sylphina is kind of she's drawing some chalk outlines, and then she goes up and puts a little perfume on herself, and then pulls out a cosmetic palette and starts kind of drawing a symbol on, asking for permission to draw a symbol on each of those two.
Where will you be drawing symbol?
No preference. Wherever you wish, just as long as I can make a small mark. It'll disappear after the ritual or the casting.
Is it possible not to disappear?
I mean, I can just draw it on and just not cast the spell afterwards.
What
Just
are effects of spell? Would I want them?
healing? You're hurt?
Oh. Well, then it doesn't matter where you put it. Put it wherever you like.
Okay. She puts it. Oh, fuck, he's tall as shit, huh?
Yeah, you can just like draw on my kneecap or whatever. Or no,
Yeah,
he's
just
not that tall. He's
Wait,
like
yeah.
5'7".
Oh,
He's
okay.
5'6",
Yeah,
5'7".
I'm 7'2".
Yeah.
Traffy is tall. Yeah.
She'll draw it on kind of like the side, like the top, the highest that she can reach, which is like probably the top of his like shoulder, like side of his shoulder, on his deltoid. She'll kind of make a mark and then walk over to Mr. Portgas and would you mind? You're pretty well covered. It looks like. Can you lean down for a moment?
That pork ass would kneel.
And then she'll draw on side of his cheek. The symbol is what was it? I believe it's a star. She'll draw like a couple small stars, kind of in a circle. Very small, with like a kind of a fine applicator, and continue to perform the spell. After 10 minutes, it does
That's
a thing.
awesome. Give me the thing.
Can we do the 10-minute thing, DM?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's give a little bump. Double check something real quick. Yeah, we'll go. Base level is level 2. So all 3 of us will get 2d8 plus 5.
Heyo.
Nice.
Now I just need to not roll balls.
Great. I thought my right damage couldn't be healed, but it just can't be reduced. Amazing.
Not great, but it's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's been 11 hours. Thank you.
Yep. Cool pop.
Okay. With that, I'm going to briefly in the last 3 minutes transition over to Mr. Choke.
Pet
don't-
rocks. Pet
I don't feel
rocks.
like we had enough time to play the 3 of us.
Yeah, if you
how
could just
rude.
stay with us for
You're cutting
for
our
an extra
time
minute or
short.
so.
Yeah, I wanna let's do all the healing process in real time and just play a game of dragon chess. You know.
Run out the clock.
As you
Yes.
come to consciousness, Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
same rigmarole. Everything's dark. Notice the daylight spell has disappeared. You also notice all of the greenery and the greenhouse has begun to shrivel. It
Arthur,
appears
ahead.
things are dying inside here.
Arthur looks down at the vial of fertilizer. It's like, oh God, Arthur, what have you done? What have you done? he just casts the empty bottle aside. And he looks apologetically at his 3 rock companions. I'm so sorry. It was never meant to be this way. Well, we better go and tell someone what I did, right? Okay, so he picks his 3 rock buddies up. And he will and they're small stones, so he can keep them in his pockets and not be like super weighed down, I guess. And I suppose oh, but do I hear the PA system yet?
Yes, you do hear that as well. And as you begin to get up and move around, you hear some shuffling as well. And from back out behind this tree, you see the rotting, crawling corpse of one familiar, Rosemary.
Oh!
No, Rosemary.
Oh, that's
And as you turn to notice her, from behind you, the door swings open, and you see Brother Green in his coffee-covered armor.
shit.
Oh.
This big suit of plate armor, and I'm just a fragile little gardener.
Wow, you really got fucked, Trent.
Oh, that.
It was nice knowing you guys. I'm sorry we never got to interact, but this is where Arthur chokes.
No friends, but the 3 rocks in his pocket.
More like Arthur Croak.
Yeah. Oh God.
And that is where we will go ahead and end tonight's session.
Okay.
And
We're gonna get to Brad and like everything's fine in the ward department. He has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Wait. Is Brad on the
Just
same
go.
floor as me or no?
Brett is down on floor 5. You are on floor 2.
And we're on
Okay.
floor 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And we're supposed to get to floor 5?
5,
Or 6?
yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this, Trent. Not as a
Mhm.
suggestion, but just as an option. Running is always an option.
Yeah. No, I don't.
We've never done that in a game. I feel like. When we've
Yeah.
played,
My
but
It's probably a good choice. My armor class is 12, so I don't think I'm
Ooh,
gonna be trying to fight these guys alone.
Trent wasn't around for the Mana Core King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a note for next time. I'm just gonna write run.
Yeah, just I was literally 3 hit points away from already being bloodied just from that exchange earlier.
Oh jeez.
So if that gives you
What?
any reference.
I just happen to have two big strapping old men to protect me.
Yeah. Traffy's not going to be much help at figuring things out. So
What?
least he-
He,
So-
he
at
never
least he can
even
be-
mentioned it.
at least he can be a bullet shield.
So what if I when I start next week, what if I just go 2 against 4 and I pick up my rock buddies? I'm just like, I like those odds.
Throw him at him.
Trying to intimidate the undead.
Arthur's got an arm like an absolute cannon.
The only spell I need to know is catapult. Shooting those little baby boys all over the map.
Oh, do you get catapult? That would be great.
Catapult's one of my favorite spells of all time.
I thought about catapult, and I didn't know how that would make sense for Lagoin.
I think Arthur might like magic stones then if he's trying to pick a cantrip.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking that too, actually. Yeah, and have those be my magic stones. So I did read about that one.
Yeah, you just imbue those stones with the magic, and those are your magic stones.
Or the pet rocks
Yeah.
are animated somehow and they pick up their own stones and throw.
Well, I did get the one ability. It's like stone shape or something, so I could mold Ur's rock into things, or I don't know how useful they'll be, but I'm trying to find ways to use my buddies.
You just
Guys.
homebrew a new familiar, and your 3 rocks could just be floating familiars that could act on your turn. Projectile bludgeoning damage.
What you guys think? I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love the premise. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
super
I feel
fun.
like we
I
flew
love
through
the
the storm,
coworker aspect.
and then we hit combat, and then the game just stalled.
Yeah.
Which is typical of combat.
It's been a while since I run combat, and it didn't help that the encounter that I had built was not saved, so I had to build that. But yeah, I'm real excited.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think you said it. I expected honestly us to end on the event happening,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 2 hours left. I was like, oh, we flew through that.
The first time ever. It's gone faster than anticipated.
We're getting better.
I also realized the big thing there is that like without you guys to role play and like interact with each other, that like
Yeah.
that it's me you're interacting with, and if I know where I want it to go, I can just be like, okay, well, this is it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. The longest scenes were with Trent because he's playing 4 characters.
Oh my god, that's great. No, I'm
No,
I'm
this
really
was-
excited. I think this is super cool.
I'm excited for
Mhm.
spooky basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
And all the characters seem really interesting too. It feels like everybody's like making fun choices with
Yeah.
characters that you guys have made.
You're all old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody
It
is
is
old. That's never happened. That's so
Everybody is
weird.
about to retire. I just need to
Everybody
get some
has retired, and this is their second career. They're coming back to this facility.
Inflation is
workforce.
terrible.
Start of my 3rd act. Time to relax. Nope. Zombie outbreak.
retire. Retire in this economy? Hell no.
It's fantastic.
Isn't that a thing too? Like millennials have to work until we'll have to work until our like mid to late 80s to achieve the
It's-
same things that our parents were able to do by their late 50s, early 60s.
Pretty much.
I believe it.
Sounds right.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a state employee, so it's a little better for me, I guess. It's just the salary sucks until then.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Owens is all public too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Just,
saying
work till I
that's
die.
assuming that I want to stay at Owens though for the next 25
Yeah.
years, which I do not probably.
I'm in a feast or famine situation.
Yeah.
If Meteor does super well, that's great. If it doesn't, then super bad.
Yeah.
Guess I'll die.
Rolling the dice.
It's either steak or ramen noodle cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, luckily, I like ramen noodle.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Awesome.
I'll see you later. Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
everyone.
guys. See you
Bye.
next
Bye.
week.
See ya.